Hey everybody, PBR announcer Matt West, along with my good friend rodeo announcer Garrett Yerrigan, and we're here to introduce you to some of the greatest athletes in the world.
Every week we're going to take you under the American hat of some of the most prolific rodeo athletes from all over Western sports. Get ready, this is going to be a great time.
This is Positive Times Talk, and it starts right now. Hey everybody, Matt West, welcome to Positive Times Talks, and my guest this week needs no introduction, but just to be professional, he is a PBR World Finals champion. He's a PBR World Champion, a future Hall of Famer, an entrepreneur, a husband, a father. Did I miss anything, Coop?
I don't think so. I think you nailed it all.
NFR qualifier. I mean, there's so much going on. But Cooper Davis, Coop, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
I want to start with this. I'm looking behind you. What buckles are above your hat right now?
Really just some of the first buckles I ever wanted to rodeo, and then I think the World Finals buckle right there, and then one of last year's events buckles.
You've got so many. Do you just have them like scattered all over your house where you don't even know what's where?
A little bit. I just gave them to Caitlin and told them to put them wherever, and that seems to be the easiest thing to do. She's happy. I'm happy with where they're at as long as I can find them. So
I feel like that's pretty much the husband thing, is just here you go, make it look good. That's what happens around our house anyways.
Yeah, that's what the smart husband does, I think.
That's right. There's a lot that I want to unpack here in this conversation. I guess I'll talk about most recently where we just came from. We had an event aboard the deck of the USS Lexington. I know myself, hands down, coolest venue, coolest event I've ever been a part of. What was that like for you?
It was really cool. You know, it's part of the history that's taken place on that ship, or vessel, whatever the correct term is. Before us, that's what all that boils down to. It's just a neat setup to ride a bull on. Never in my wildest imagination did I ever think that I'd ride a bull on over water in any kind of way like that. So yeah, really just neat.
And on the deck of an aircraft carrier that has so much history in what our military has been able to do and continue to keep all of us free. It's such a unique part of history, and now to make it a part of bull riding history, I think is truly special. That being said, good opportunity for us to give back to the military men and women and those heroes, and that's what that event was all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you can give back to something like that, and those guys don't get enough credit for all that they do. The reason that we're here today being able to do this is for the sacrifices that they make, not being able to see their family and being over there fighting for us and fighting for all the freedoms that we have today. It just goes, I don't want to say it goes unseen, but we don't know what all they have to go through so that we have the life that we do.
Yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices that we don't see, and I think that sometimes we take for granted how fortunate and how blessed we are to have all of those heroes. There was a lot more giving back, and I know you're not one to really talk about things like this, and so I will bring it up. I think you were kind of the leader in the donation back to Amadeo Ocampo Silva's family. I know that we lost Amadeo due to a tragic accident not too long ago. You and the rest of the athletes of the PBR really stepped up this past weekend in Corpus Christi.
Yeah, so I went to Amadeo's house beginning of last week, and seeing his family there and how tough it was on them, and knowing what all they've gone through just for him to be able to be here riding bulls with us. And we thought, what a better way to commemorate him than to be able to help fulfill what he came over here to do, which was to take care of his family. And we all get on bulls throughout the week, practice bulls, whatever. And, being able to go to, Cowboys for a cause, what better way to, replicate that than to help try to take care of one of our own. And, we all got on and donated every portion of what was going to be won back to his family, just so that he could, kind of fulfill what his destiny was to be here.
Yeah, I think it's so special because not only did you guys donate the prize money, which was a $100,000 purse, that was exceptional. The PBR stepped up and they said, we'll match everything that the athletes are going to do. So there's another $200,000. And I know there was a couple of corporate partners of the PBR that both throw in some donations, 25 grand a piece. The PBR said, we'll match that. So $300,000 at least to Amadeo's family. I think that truly shows what a family we really are in the PBR. I mean, it's special when you know that you're going to be able to take care of other people's families.
Absolutely. And that's when we were talking about it, if it was any of us, we'd all be doing the same thing for each other. And, we're one big family. So when it comes to something like that, I want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. And no, it's not going to bring their son back, but, it will show that, maybe they'll have something they can look back on and have a memory of him and just be happy that, happy the memories they got to spend with him.
Well, hats off to you and all the guys and everybody that helped make that such a special event. Talking about enjoying family, I know Mac got to come to the USS Lexington. It was kind of a Mac and Dad trip. How did he enjoy the boat?
He loved it. We had some family there, and he got to walk around with them and kind of explore. And he had fun with Keith there, I guess. But no, he was telling me all about it. He had more fun than I think anybody else on that boat.
Really cool shot there of Mac and Keith Mundy from American Hats taking it in. Not a lot of people on the boat, but those people that were there truly felt like it was something special. Speaking of feeling like something special, there's a whole lot of news in the air as of late. You were part of a press conference in Fort Worth not too long ago, Dickies Arena. Packing up and moving to Texas, the PBR World Finals. What do you think about it?
I'm excited about it. I love the change. Back in the day, whenever they moved the rodeo from Oklahoma City to Vegas, I'm sure there were a lot of people that were, kind of leery about it. But that became the new home. That became the new final spot for everything. And I think this is going to be the same deal. When everybody comes to Fort Worth, they're going to realize that this is a new home for the PBR World Finals, and they're going to look forward to it. The little kids that are watching it on TV, they're going to say the same thing, that, they want to ride at Dickies Arena whenever they're old enough, and they want to make the finals and be in Fort Worth. So I think it's a good move.
Well, there's a lot going on in downtown Fort Worth. The stockyards, that area is continuing to expand and grow. I know that, the Cowboy channel's right there in the heart of the stockyards. There is a lot of opportunity for people that, not just people that grew up in the Western culture, but people that want to be cowboy even for a weekend. I mean, it's right there. It's at your fingertips. You can go pick up a new American hat and be a cowboy, even if it's just for a weekend.
That's it. Whenever I was old enough to start coming to Fort Worth, that's what I realized. It's Fort Worth is a cowboy town, but it's also a town that everybody comes to just to learn about the cowboy culture and to be a part of it for just a weekend. So you're going to see people from all walks of life, which, you see it in Vegas too, but they're coming here to get the cowboy culture and to be a part of rodeo.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think you're probably the same way. Most of us, that's really all we ever wanted to be, was a cowboy when we were kids.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, whenever I was old enough to walk, I had a rope in my hand, and it took a little convincing to get my parents to let me ride bulls. But, I mean, from the time I was little, that's all I wanted to do. If
Matt comes to you and says he wants to be a bull rider, what are you going to tell him?
We're going to go buy another set of golf clubs. That's it.
You think you're going to try to talk him out of it, huh?
There's no talking him out of it. There was no talking me out of it. And on a serious note, if he came to me and really wanted to ride bulls, and I feel like that'd be okay. He's got a good teacher, but I don't push it on him. I don't want to make him feel like he has to. Whatever he does in life, but I want it to be his decision. But then when we get to it, I want to be all in on it if we're going to do it.
Yeah. I know that you guys spend a lot of time together in the outdoors. We'll get to that in a minute, but I want to go back to the World Finals moving to Fort Worth, because that's not going to be too terribly far from your home, is it?
No, it's only going to be about 45 minutes, and that's what Kayla and I were talking about. We can go – he doesn't have to miss school. I can go pick him up at school, and then we can go to PBR World Finals, which something I never thought I'd be able to do, and I'm excited about it.
Okay, random question. World Finals, do you stay in a hotel close to the arena, or do you drive home every night?
I'm going to my house. I like sleeping in my own bed. There's no reason to buy a hotel room whenever I can go right back home.
I think we're very similar in that sense. Like, every chance I can go home, I'm going to go home. We spend a lot of time on the road, so it's nice to just get home, even if it's for a few hours.
Yeah, there's been weekends I thought about flying home just for the day so I can go back to the bull riding that night. And I don't know. Like you said, anytime I get a chance to go home, I'm going home.
Yeah, trust me, I know that feeling, and whether it's a kid or just the dogs at home, you want to get home and spend as much time as you can with them. Finals moving to Fort Worth from Las Vegas, but Las Vegas is a town that's been pretty good to you, going way back to your first trip, the trip to the National Finals Rodeo. What was it like to walk in to the Thomas and Mack and be a part of the NFR?
I don't think there's ever going to be a feeling like that again. From the time I was a little kid, I remember seeing those yellow buck and shoots, and that's all I wanted to do was go to the yellow buck and shoots, and riding in on the grand entry that day, and you hear he's from Texas, like that's
Yeah.
it. Bob Tallman, and I don't know. I mean, that's just a cool memory that I'll never forget, and something I'll cherish forever.
You mentioned Bob Tallman. I think he's one of the iconic people. There's so many voices of Western sports that we've all looked up to and kind of thought was a part of our history, whether it was as a fan or as an announcer or bull rider. But I know that you've picked up a microphone, whether it was just goofing around or whatever. Do you think you could ever see yourself doing TV or anything like that?
Yeah, I might would venture off into the TV, the commentating side of things. As far as an announcer goes, I don't think I could ever do it. You've got a tough job, and I can talk about bull riding all day long, but when there's a dead space, that's when it gets rough for me.
Well, you're really good at being that side. We see Justin McBride every week on the PBR's broadcast, but you're really good at that. You've got a good eye for the sport, obviously. So I think it's something you'd be really good at. And maybe, down the road, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when Coop decides to hang it up, becomes a part of the Hall of Fame or the Ring of Honor, maybe that's something that us fans can look forward to, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think I'll be retiring in 10 or 15 years. It's more like 5 years maybe. But
come on, man. I was trying to drag out a little extra, okay?
5 is dragging out a little extra.
NFR, obviously an incredible experience, but when you showed up at PBR Finals for the first time, talk me through that, because that's one that is going to stick in your mind for a long time.
Yeah, so, that's the first time that I ever really believed in myself that I could go and win an event that prestigious, I guess, and walking in and seeing your idols from the time you were, big enough to start riding bulls, and you walk in there, J.B. Mooney and Guillermo Marchi and guys like that you looked up to, in that setting. It's surreal. I mean, it's a feeling just like the NFR. You'll never forget it. And actually, that was my first event win, was the PBR World Finals.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background, but he's a big Cooper Davis fan, obviously. He's back here kind of growling. That was the first time I remember meeting you. And I had done a little research, and I saw the NFR tapes. There was a drastic change in who you were at the Thomas and Mack and who you were coming into the PBR Finals. Not much of a change from your World Finals event title to the following year. It didn't take you long to get in the thick of things.
No, it didn't, and it was that confidence. I mean, I feel like once I had it, and just kept rolling with it. And bull riding's not a hard sport. It's pretty easy when you let it be. If you get in your head too much about it, then that's when it gets really tough. And I try to keep it simple.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you won your first trip to the World Finals, right?
Yeah. It was,
first time you show up at the PBR Finals, you win the event. We've seen that with a couple other guys, namely Jose Vitor Lemi, last year, Boudreaux Campbell. If you're talking to a guy like Boudreaux and you come off a big win like that, big event, what's the advice you give him?
Keep your head down. Keep the wins. Keep a short-term memory, wins and losses, because you can go think too far ahead and think you got it done, or think you got it won, and then you can get in your head about a buck off too, and that can really mess up a lot of things. So keep a short-term memory and keep your head down, keep hustling.
Okay, you're going to talk about bull riding in every interview you've ever done. Let's move past it, because we know you've got the world title. We know you're in contention for another world title this year, future Hall of Famer, obviously all those things. But now you're a big YouTube star, man. I mean, maybe a YouTube co-star, right? Tell me about this YouTube channel.
Yeah, so I'm a big YouTube videoer, Max the Star.
You're the cameraman.
I'm the cameraman, yeah.
Call it what it is. You're the cameraman for Max.
That's it, man. No, I don't know. Kids these days, that's all they see is YouTube, and they want to be a YouTube star. And so I said, let's get a video camera and start videoing your hunts, and you can tell me all about it. And he's living his best life. He looks every day, and he's trying to get to that 1K. So
How old is he?
he's 6.
He's 6, and he's trying to get to 1,000 followers on YouTube. What's
It's
the
not
YouTube
hard.
channel?
It's Mac and Dad Outdoors. I think he's got 909 followers right now, and he thinks he's the biggest thing going. I mean, he's adamant about it.
He is the biggest thing going, man. I mean, I watched the video the other day. You guys left the USS Lexington and went straight to work.
Oh yeah, went straight to the deer lease, and he whipped out his phone and started doing his little pre-show interview, and he was ready to go. I mean, the kid has got a knack for a camera. I mean, he loves it.
He ended up getting a hog that day.
Yeah.
And the look on his face, actually, when he squeezed the trigger, you didn't tell him.
No, so I was like, I'm gonna click it off safety, and I was gonna tell him get ready, and then I thought it would take him a second, and I was gonna turn around and video the hog. Well, by the time that I clicked it off safety, and I said now, and he shot. I mean, and nailed it. I mean, he's 6 years old, but he's a pretty dang good shot.
He's 6. His reactions in every moment to me screams that, man, I hate to say this because he's 6 years old, but it screams that like he's gonna be something special. And whether that's a golfer or a bull rider, there's a good look at him getting ready. That's on the Mac and Dad Outdoors Instagram page, I believe. But how proud are you in a moment like this when you look at him and you see he's a lot like you.
Yeah, he's just like me, and that's what's so neat about it. I'm proud of everything he does, but the coolest thing is just getting to spend the time with him. And if you watch the interview at the end of the deal, he's the same way. He's like, I'm proud that I got to come out here with my dad, and that's what's special. It's not about going and killing anything or whatever. I mean, it's just about going out there and spending time together and getting away from a video game.
Yeah, I don't know if we have this video, but I know that you're extremely proud of him, but I want to kind of flip the scenario because what you don't always get to see is his reactions while you're at work. And there was a video posted the other day, and I don't know if we have that or not, but his excitement level when you're riding bulls is absolutely through the roof. I mean, he gets his cell phone out. He wants the video. He really is your biggest fan.
He is.
This crowd knows they just watched something great. You're not going to put him behind bars.
Check out the family right there. Max pumped, man.
Maxton is bumped.
Dad got the job done.
It feels amazing, when I get to look back and see.
Up he is.
Yeah, man, that's cool right there. And every event we leave, he always, he's hoarse the next couple of days, and he's screaming, and I mean, that's really neat to see.
I think I've watched that video probably 30, 40 times just because he gets so excited, man. He's so cool.
No, yeah, he's a cool kid, and he gets real pumped up, and he's got more enthusiasm than I do at 26, and he's already got it at 6. So,
you got a pretty cool wife too. You guys have started building an empire. I think she is an incredible entrepreneur.
Yeah, she is, and I started out being the coolest person in the household, and it didn't take long to, I'm Kate's husband now. That's it. I'm third.
You're third place, buddy.
I'm third place, maybe fourth. I've got a cat named Zuki, and she might be cooler than me too. So
you do?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what's your cat's name?
Zuki.
Zuki.
Don't ask where Mac got the name. There she is. That's my daughter.
So my next question was, tell me something that people don't know about Coop. But I think this speaks volumes. Hold on, though. Let's get past this because I would have said, can we throw that back up there? I would have said, I'm going to try to pull your man card for holding a cat like a little baby. But look at that shirt. That's a good-looking shirt you were wearing, though.
Yeah, man, always repping. I'm a cat daddy, though. I mean.
Wait, whoa. Okay. All right. So maybe we have something in common. Let's get that one off the screen. Maybe it's not that embarrassing. I guess all the cool guys are cat dads, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, we might have to make our Instagram page next.
Tell me about Zuki.
Yeah, so I've never liked cats. I've never been a cat person. And then,
Saying,
yeah, I mean, we got her for Mac for Christmas because he wanted a pet, and it seemed like an easier pet to deal with than a dog. And yeah, I mean, that's the end of the story. She's been part of the family. I mean, she comes and cuddles. I mean, that's my other kid.
does she? Is it hard when you leave? Does she not really like it when you start to pack to go somewhere?
Yeah, she'll either jump in my bag or it's like she wants to go, and then whenever I get home, she acts out for an hour or two, and like I guess punishes us for leaving her. And yeah, it's like having another kid.
Yeah, it really is. I got two Dobermans that are the exact same way, and when they give you the sad eyes, it's hard to leave sometimes, but it's worth it. We got a pretty cool life. What else is there that people don't know about Cooper Davis?
Man, I don't know. I feel like I've done enough interviews and I don't know, talked enough about my life that it's pretty much
It's
all
out.
out there. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
All right, let's get down to business. It is obviously positive times. American Hat Company's been so integral in all of our careers and our lives, our everyday lives. What is your go-to choice? What's your go-to American hat?
Mine's the original Bangora. It's been my go-to hat since I've been able to put a hat on, and I feel like it's a hat that's never changed. So, I mean, anytime that I go get a hat, that's what it is, and I'll go buy 3 or 4 of them just to make sure I've got enough to get me through the summer, and yeah, that's it.
And you're down in the heat of Texas, so it's basically straw season for you year round.
Absolutely, and whenever we lived in Southeast Texas, it was even worse because it was hot and humid, and a little bit of straw never hurt anybody to get a little bit of ventilation.
Yeah, no, especially down there, the humidity down there, especially like where we were at this weekend, Corpus Christi, it's different there than it is anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's hot, it's humid. You can walk outside and get all sticky and sweaty in a matter of seconds. So,
Good news is next year's PBR Finals in May, we can all wear T-shirts if we need to.
yeah, that's it. You don't have to worry about getting too cold in Texas most of the time, not unless you have another ice storm. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is positive times. So I kind of want to wrap things up with this. If you had to stop, think, and look back to your 3 most positive times in your life, could you put those 3 out there?
Pretty easily. Getting to marry my wife would have had to been 1 or 2, and then having Maxton, that's another one that runs right there hand in hand. And I guess the biggest self accomplishment would have been winning the world championship.
Yeah. I think that speaks volumes about who you are as a man. And I know we talk about this a lot, but I'm just so proud of who you are as a human, proud to know you as a friend, and super proud of everything you're doing in life. You're an incredible husband. You're an incredible father. And we know that you're an incredible bull rider. First of maybe multiple world titles. What do you look forward to the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to going and staying on some more bulls, and I've learned to not put a whole lot of emphasis on a world title until the end of the PBR World Finals, because you can win it or you can lose it there, and the more you think about it, the harder it gets. And I don't know, I really don't pay that much attention to points anymore. So
Yeah. Just show up and do your job.
Yeah, go stay up and go stay on them and see where it ends up.
We're going to do it again in Las Vegas in November. I have a feeling this November is going to be one that we will never forget. You?
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be a finals that everybody wants to be a part of, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It seems like this year the guys are riding really well. Everybody's happy to be there, and yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be another unforgettable finals.
There you go. A lot of big things happening in the world of bull riding, especially in the world of the PBR. Coop, thanks for taking the time to do this. How can people follow you? How do people get connected with you? We talked about the YouTube channel, but what about social media?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. I think my username is Cooper TDAV, and then I've got a Facebook page.
Wait, what?
Cooper TDAV, like Cooper Todd Davis.
You couldn't spell out Davis?
No, it wouldn't let me because there was somebody already took it.
Wait, what other Cooper Davis is there in the world?
I don't know. I mean, but like when you go like at Cooper T DAV, that's me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big social media guy. If I didn't
Yeah,
have to have one, I would. But
there it is. We got to get your social media team on top of that, and so we can go ahead and you got the blue check mark. I guess you don't need the IS, huh?
I don't guess. I don't even know what that is, but
I can sit here and pretend to know what I'm talking about in terms of social media, but we all have help. So
yeah. I don't know.
Instagram's your go-to?
Yeah, Instagram's my go-to. I got a Facebook page. You can follow me on there. And then Twitter, I think I've got one of those, but I'm not very active on it. So, and then there's Mac and Dad Outdoors on YouTube.
Mac and Dad Outdoors on YouTube, and it's spelled out AND, right?
That's right.
All right, man. Well, again, thanks for doing this with us. Thanks for hanging out with us. Good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You bet. Big thanks to American Hats for making it all possible. There you go. Make sure you're following Cooper Davis, the champ, and potentially a two-time world champ very, very soon. I'm Matt West. You can follow me at Matt L. West. This has been Positive Times. Don't miss us every time we show back up for American Hats. Positive Times Talk.
That's this week's episode of Positive Times Talk. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Follow American Hats on all your favorite social media platforms, and be sure and tune in with us again the next time we join together